Hello children, welcome to the online class on YouTube channel DO Nalgonda. In the previous classes, you have learnt what fertilization is and what implantation is. To revise you, I would like to remind you that fertilization is the fusion of egg and sperm cell. Egg from the mother and sperm cell from the father unite to form the zygote. That process is called fertilization, and this has been learnt by you since the 6th class onwards. Fertilization is a word which denotes the union of male and female gametes. In human reproductive system, the male gamete is the sperm and female gamete is the ovum. So, the union of ovum with the sperm is called fertilization, right. And you are aware of the fact that fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube of the female reproductive system, and the zygote formed due to fertilization travels along the fallopian tube and enters into the embryo, that is uterus, and inside the uterus the embryo gets attached at some place. The attachment of the embryo to the uterine wall is called implantation. Yes. So, immediately after the implantation, the embryo starts growing by cell divisions, that is mitotic cell divisions. So, the growing embryo, around it develops 4 types of membranes around it. The growing embryo develops 4 types of membranes around it. They are, I have already written here on the blackboard, whiteboard. They are chorion, amnion, allantois and yolk sac. The 4 membranes that an embryo develops around itself are chorion, amnion, allantois and yolk sac. So, these membranes perform 4 very important functions. They are nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection of the embryo. These 4 membranes, they perform the functions of nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection. Why? Because the growing embryo requires nutrients to grow properly. So, that function of nutrition is carried out by these 4 membranes, especially this placenta and yolk sac. The placenta and yolk sac carry out the process of nutrition for the procurement of nutrients to the growing embryo. So, just remember these 4 membranes collectively perform the functions of nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection of the embryo from the mechanical shocks. So, I told you nutrition is very essential for the growing embryo, because the growing embryo requires nutrients to carry out proper growth. And excretion, the embryo also performs some metabolic activities, and you know very well that metabolic activities produce waste materials which are to be carried out of the body. To carry out that function, we have these 4 types of membranes, that is excretion. Excretion is the removal of waste materials. And next, respiration. The embryo requires oxygen to carry out the metabolic activities. So, the embryo respires. For the process of respiration, it needs oxygen. So, these four membranes supply the oxygen needed for respiration. So, these four membranes collectively carry out the function of nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection. How does especially the amnion protects the embryo from mechanical shocks, because this membrane is filled with a liquid or fluid called amniotic fluid. The fluid present in the amnion membrane is called amniotic fluid, and this amniotic fluid performs the function of protection. It gives protection to the embryo from the mechanical shocks and injuries. So, just remember these four membranes, they perform totally the functions of nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection needed by the growing embryo. Now, I would like to say something about the yolk sac. The yolk sac develops around the 6th week of embryo's age. When the embryo is 6 weeks of age, the yolk sac develops. So, the main important or major function of the yolk sac is the nutrition. The yolk sac provides the nutrients needed by the embryo. And I would like to introduce another word to you, that is placenta. What is placenta? Placenta is a tissue. Placenta is a tissue. You know very well that a tissue is a group of cells. A tissue is a group of cells. So, placenta is also a type of tissue which is formed by the cells of growing embryo and the mother. The cells of both embryo and the mother combine together to form a tissue named placenta. So, the formation of the placenta takes place around the 12th week of pregnancy. At around the time period of 12 weeks of time, the placenta formation takes place. So, the major function of the placenta is nutrition. The placenta provides the nutrients to the growing embryo from the mother. Then what is the need of having both yolk sac and placenta? Though yolk sac performs the function of nutrition, the function of the nutrition is taken over by the placenta at the 12th week of time. Till then, the yolk sac performs the function of nutrition. So, after 12 weeks of age, the nutrition to the embryo, the nutrition by the embryo is carried out by the placenta. Placenta, what is placenta? Placenta is a tissue formed by the cells of both embryo and mother. Yes, just remember these four membranes carry out the functions of nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection. Yes. Next, there is an interesting fact that the embryo is called a fetus. The embryo is called by the name fetus from 3rd month onwards. Before that period we call embryo, but when embryo achieves the age of 3 months, since then the embryo is called the fetus. The grown up embryo is otherwise called fetus. So, from 3rd month onwards the embryo is called fetus. So, the fetus keeps growing inside the mother's womb. The mother provides the nutrients to the growing embryo. The mother gives the oxygen to the growing embryo, because this growing embryo has these 4 membranes. Through these 4 membranes, the embryo receives nutrients, the embryo receives oxygen, and also the embryo expels out, or the embryo sends out the waste materials. That process is called excretion, as you know very well. So, these 4 important processes are carried out by these membranes. What are the functions these membranes carry out? They are nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection, right. So, the fetus keeps growing inside the mother's womb. It keeps growing till it reaches the age of 9 months. Okay. So, you have to learn a new word, that is gestation period. Most of the people pronounce this word as gestation. This is not gestation, this is gestation. Gestation. So, what is gestation period? The time taken by the human embryo to develop completely inside the mother's womb or uterus. Mother's womb is otherwise called uterus, is called gestation period. It is generally 9 months or 280 days. This period is called gestation period. So, you may be asked a question, what is the gestation period in human beings? You have to answer simply that the gestation period is 280 days or simply 9 months. So, when the embryo fully grows, it is ready to enter into this world. It is ready to enter into this world. So, when the embryo is fully grown, the walls of the uterus, you know very well that uterus is highly muscular structure. It is made of muscles. It is highly muscular structure. So, when the embryo is fully grown, the walls of the uterus rhythmically contract and relax. You know what contraction and relaxation is. So, the walls of the uterus contract and relax rhythmically, leading to the labor pains. That phenomenon or that condition is called labor pains. The mother feels labor pains when the uterus rhythmically contracts and relaxes. This is the readying of the uterus to make the children go, make the fetus go out. So, this is the readying of the uterus. The uterus is getting ready to send the child outside. Okay. So, the rhythmic pains of the uterus is called labor pain, labor pains. Okay. So, during the 9th month of the pregnancy, the fetus turns upside down. Till then it was upright, it was straight, the head towards the upper side and the legs towards the downside. The embryo was upright, but around the 9th month of pregnancy, the embryo starts inverting its position. It turns upside down. So, the head of the fetus is directed towards the cervix of the uterus. The head of the fetus is directed towards the cervix of the uterus. What is the cervix of the uterus? It is the entry point of the uterus. So, the fetus turns upside down around the 9th month of pregnancy, and this is a good signal of normal delivery. The fetus has to turn upside down for proper delivery. It is a good sign. The upside down turning of the fetus is a very good sign of normal delivery. Yes. So, the labor pains continue and the muscles of the uterus push the fetus hardly, sending it out of the mother's womb through vagina. When the muscles of the uterus contract, they send out the fetus, that is baby, to the outer world through the vagina of the mother. That process is called childbirth. The pushing of the fetus from the uterus into the physical world is called the childbirth. Yes. So, this is the end of the growth of the fetus in the mother's womb, and after childbirth the child or the baby keeps growing in the physical world. Next. So, around the 9th month of pregnancy or just after the childbirth, the placenta is pushed out immediately. Now, if not immediately, at least after some time of the childbirth, the placenta present inside the mother's womb is pushed out. The placenta comes out of the mother's womb, and that placenta is called after birth. The pushed out placenta from the mother's womb is called after birth. After birth, right. So, let us learn about a new word, colostrum. Colostrum. So, colostrum is a yellowish fluid, yellowish liquid that is produced in the mammary glands of the mother. The production of colostrum starts around 9th month of pregnancy or immediately after the childbirth. So, the yellowish fluid that is being produced or developed in the mother's mammary glands is called colostrum, and this colostrum is very useful for the baby to develop immunity. Okay. So, after childbirth, the mother has to feed the baby by colostrum for a few days, say for example a week or so. After that, the mother's mammary glands start producing milk. So, the colostrum is not milk, but it is a yellowish fluid. It is very essential in the development of immunity in the babies. Okay, did you get it? Colostrum is the yellowish fluid being produced in the mammary glands of the mother during the 9th month of pregnancy or immediately after the delivery of the baby, and this colostrum is very important in the development of immunity against the diseases in the baby. That is all, children. So far we have discussed about the development of human embryo and the childbirth. The human embryo develops inside the mother's womb, that is uterus, and in the course of development the embryo develops 4 types of membranes around it. They are chorion, amnion, allantois, yolk sac. These 4 membranes carry out the function of nutrition, excretion, respiration and protection that are needed by the growing embryo. And yolk sac develops around the 8th week of pregnancy, and this yolk sac, the function of the yolk sac is protection. Okay, children, I hope you understood well. Thanks for listening the class.